Cali.
Sunny Digital.
Got the club going up on the Tuesday. Got your girl in the cotton sheet Tuesday. Club going up on the Tuesday. Got your girl in.
Yo, welcome to WLVS Radio. You're tuned into the open bar.
Salute.
Salute. Salute. What's today's date?
Today's date is 7/9.
Yeah, the
7/9.
He said the 10th. Yeah, 9. Come on, man. Get it right, man.
know,
7/9.
right?
7/9. That means
7/9
nothing.
19.
Oh, that's a good number to play.
It's a terrible number to play.
No, because yesterday came out 7019. It came out. That number came out yesterday.
Yes, it came out, but still.
It ain't gonna come out again.
Nah,
that ain't
not
how
like
life
that,
works. Anyway,
Well, you never know. You never know.
I am Hat Ron, your neighborhood bartender to the stars. How are you, people? We miss you. We've been gone for 2 weeks.
We've been gone a week. Only 1 week.
You
buddy.
sure it was 2 shows we missed?
One show.
No, we missed last week and we missed the
And
week before.
We missed one show, buddy.
It was just 1 week. Well, it feel like 2 weeks when I'm away from y'all. So,
Yeah.
yo, Redbeard is in the building, and you look angry today. I know you got a lot to talk about, don't you?
I'm not angry at all.
You're not angry?
No reason to be angry.
You're angry. Yo, Big Country is here. Tuesdays in a row, 2 shows in a row. I'm impressed.
No, we didn't go. We didn't go last week.
He didn't
Yeah.
go,
last
but he
week.
was here at the last show. No, he
Yeah,
wasn't. Was
I
he at
was.
the last show?
Yeah,
I
he was.
Oh.
Yeah.
No, he
Welcome back.
wasn't. No, he wasn't.
Nah,
Because
I
Tito was here.
Tito was
and
Yeah.
he wasn't. I said, I think they're the same person now because they don't never show up on
They
the
don't show
same
up
day.
at the same time. Yo,
I had to
Ebony
unfortunately.
and
Bruce
I-
Wayne and Batman. Which one are you?
I'm Batman.
Batman. So this weekend for me was amazing. Shout out to New York. You know, I didn't know about this whole pride thing all over the world. Is crazy now. Have y'all noticed that? Like everything,
What do you mean?
not crazy, but I'm just saying it's huge
The
now.
pride. The
It's
pride.
It's Pride Month.
Yeah, it is.
But
Pride.
is
The
this
whole
the
month
first
of
time they
June.
did that?
No,
No, it's always been a Pride Month. Dude.
you don't get out much. So
I will say this: I do think with the current political climate, there is definitely, it's the parades
It's
and
bigger
the
now.
functions have been. I won't say it's bigger.
bigger. It's
They're
just
all
more.
the same.
It's
They
just
get
more
media
media attention. Yes.
Whereas before, you would only see the Pride parades in D.C. because we live here and it's
Right.
local.
But now it's all over the
it's
news
like
and-
they showing the Pride parades on television like it's Macy's or something. And I think a lot of it has to do with, just look at the political climate right now. When you think about it, it's tough right now for a
Wow.
lot of people. And I think that's one of the reasons we're seeing it more in the news.
More
And that's a
prevalent.
good thing.
Well, it's a great thing. I know I was in New York. I went there for a birthday party, but I didn't realize it was World Pride in New York. And it was just a great party. Like, it was like a mixture of people. Like, you wouldn't believe it.
It was a lot of celebrities.
There's a lot of celebrities. I
That
saw a
are-
lot of celebrities there.
That's the other thing. A lot of celebrities are coming out in these pride parades.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And it's not just
It's
that.
a coming out party.
You could say that. Hell,
What's his
we've been
name?
going for too
Lil
long.
Nas
came out.
X?
Yeah,
that
he
was
came
that
out.
would be my hot topics. We was gonna talk about that, but we can talk
but
about that now. But yeah, for World Pride. But New York World Pride, and that happened actually last weekend, but we wasn't here, so we can talk about it
Yeah.
now. But it was like something I've never seen in my life. I never seen so much naked people, naked women.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you where you can go.
That's fucked up to say that, but
Key
if you want to
West.
look at it, I've been
Key West. They have
Pride.
they have a fantasy fest
every October.
Every October. Yes.
Every
Have you
Oc-
been?
Yeah.
Ooh,
I
talk
went.
about it.
I went unintentionally.
So did I. I didn't know it was going on.
I didn't know. I was in Florida. I had just gotten back from a deployment. I wanted to go to the beach. This is around the time I was starting to hate Miami more and more. So I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna go to Key West. I was living in Florida City at the time. So I drove my happy ass down to Key West and shit.
3
It was-
hours.
Yeah, not. It was less time than that. I drove my happy
You was
ass
flying.
down to Key West, and I was, and I was like, all right, man, I'm down here solo, and I done bought a hotel and everything, and I ain't thinking shit about it, bro. I get down there, I'm seeing, and they. You know how in a lot of pride parades we see the women going butt naked?
Yeah.
The men were doing the same thing.
Yeah,
down
men
there.
and women.
Well,
So
in New York, it was the same way. New
Yeah,
York, it was
yeah.
nothing. Oh, you saw a whole bunch of naked
It was an
men.
eye opener.
You see a whole bunch of naked women. You see women making out. You saw men
And that,
making out.
they have a lot of body paint on and everything. It was crazy.
I mean, the
But
thing
my
is,
thing is, like everybody, if you're straight and you didn't enjoy that, then that's because you just have anger and you have.
I won't
'Cause
say
it was
that.
Like, it was a happy. It was like a happy event.
I wouldn't say that. I work with a lot of cats.
I wouldn't say you wouldn't enjoy it if you didn't enjoy it. I wouldn't say that. But if you felt some sort of way about it, that's all.
It depends. I would say this: the cats that are super angry about it, they got some issues. But from I work with a lot of cats who are from overseas, especially like Africa and stuff.
Right.
Culturally, they are not. They don't.
They can't accept.
They don't do that.
Yeah, just mostly
they
just about every culture outside of the United States, pretty much.
Outside of a Western culture,
Yes.
is not as
Acceptable, yes.
Which brings me to my second, because I started, like I said, I did go to New York and I was there during World Pride. Since they were having Pride in Trinidad, I ended up going to Trinidad last week.
which is shocking again, because the island nations,
They don't really.
they don't really deal with it either. Like,
Well, they did. That's the point I'm making. The Trinidad people, like, they had I saw one little flag in one place, but everywhere else, if you go anywhere in the United States, especially here in D.C., it's like the rainbow flag is everywhere, like that much. But,
yeah.
But they were saying they were having, but Trinidad people were not. Of course, they were not open to
a lot of the island nations are very like especially like Jamaica. Yeah, they got a term for them. I'm not gonna get into that because
Bounty
it's like,
Boy, right?
Nah. I was trying not to say it because it's derogative. But
Right.
yeah, they got a term for it. Like Jamaica, a lot of the Caribbean nations, especially the ones that are majority black, they're super homophobic.
Right.
They're very similar, to a lot of cats over, in Africa. They're very homophobic. So
Definitely.
Because it was a few years ago. I can't think what country it was. Obama was over. We had just passed gay marriage over here. And Obama was over there, and, he was talking with a president. And the president, and he was talking about it, and he said, "So when are y'all gonna do it?" No, Obama, no, we don't do that over here.
Whoa.
We don't do that over here. Like I said, give it some time. In the States, we see it's normal.
Yeah, I mean,
it is what it is.
And New York is like it was just like crazy. But like I said, from New York to Trinidad, then I went back to New York.
You felt at home, didn't you?
Let me say this: I'm at peace wherever I am. So I have no hang-ups with nothing or anybody.
Hey, shit, I'm at peace too, cuz. I'm just
Wherever I
saying,
am,
bro.
I can assimilate pretty well.
I'm just saying, it's raining men.
But I end up going on Sunday after I got back. I got back from Trinidad on Saturday, and Trinidad was beautiful, by the way. If you never had a chance to visit Trinidad,
That's why you
Make sure you go.
You have to go. It's not like a turn up thing like DR.
Yeah, all right.
But
Well,
So-
carnival
hold on,
time
I
is
got
definitely turn up.
Right.
So I got a question. Where you getting all this expendable income from that allows you to go travel now all of a sudden, man?
That's not your business.
Hold on, where are you?
That's
hold
not
on.
your business.
Where
My name
you
is
getting
Hot Ron. I'm
where
a
is
bartender
you
to
getting
the stars.
where
I get
you
a lot of
getting
tips.
all this expendable income. Don't you? Where you getting all?
Why
this
you don't ask Dave that? I'm offended by that.
Dave been traveling. Dave
Dave
stay on
travels
the
at
road.
least 3 times a month.
No, probably more than
Overseas
yeah.
traveling. But
Dave,
nobody asks
No,
him.
I don't travel that much.
Dave travels. Where are you getting all this expendable income for?
I work hard just like you.
You selling your body, right?
I work hard just like you.
Man.
And unfortunately, you wear kneecaps. I don't have to do that. I'm just joking.
What do
you
wear
making that
knee-
money?
You mean knee pads?
Knee pads or whatever. But anyway, from after,
Everybody wears kneecaps. Hopefully,
his knee pads don't want a hole in it this weekend.
You funny. But Trinidad, if you ever been to Trinidad, there's several things you have to try when you get there. You have to try the bacon shark. And you had that before.
yes, I have.
It's shark meat fried. It was amazing. It tastes so good.
I've had shark fin soup because I was always under the impression that you could, like, with sharks, they would cut off the fin and throw back the shark. And they wouldn't eat the rest of the shark because it was like, it tastes like shit.
But that's not my business. But what I had, it was just nice sliced and it was good. It was fried. It was good.
Fried.
It was good.
What else you eat when you was down there?
And then you have to try the doubles. Is that what it's called?
Yeah,
The doubles. It's like a breakfast. It's like made like with a
I don't eat that stuff, but yeah,
pita or something like that. It was really good.
I'm gonna tell you a good fish.
I had
that
callaloo and all that. It was good.
I don't know if you had it while you were down there, but kingfish.
I've had kingfish, and I love the way the Caribbean people do. They cook fish in general, but I've had kingfish, not in Trinidad though. So, yeah.
Wow.
I got a couple places that around here that you can
That
get
does
it.
kingfish?
Yeah.
Wow. But when I left Trinidad, I came back to New York and went to this thing called the Soul Festival. The Soul Festival, if you've never been, is in Brooklyn. If you've never been, you have to go. We have to go next year. That was the most lit party I ever been to in my life. It was right in Brooklyn in the park. What's the name of the park in Brooklyn? The big park in Brooklyn.
I don't know which park you was in. I don't know what part of Brooklyn you was in.
I wouldn't tell you. I couldn't tell you. But where I was in Brooklyn. But
what park was
big park is in Brooklyn?
I mean, I don't know. No, that's Manhattan.
Manhattan. This was in Brooklyn. But anyway, for the past 16 years, they threw this whole soca music festival, and
African
it's just the
music festival.
yes,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
these
soca
beats
music.
and
Yeah.
like the crowd is crazy. The whole time I'm there, everywhere you go, there's food given to you, there's weed passed to you. I don't smoke, so I didn't smoke, and there's liquor. It was just a party experience.
But you do lie.
You know what? You know what?
I don't smoke.
I was in Silver Springs this weekend, and it must have been some type of. Well, it was mostly Cameroonian cats, and that was I talked to my buddy, a couple of not Cameroon, Senegal cats. So I spoke with a buddy of mine at work. He said, Senegal just advanced in the African Cup. So what I'm getting at is maybe there's some type of Senegal New Year or something festival this weekend because I know
they just go celebrate the World Cup, man.
I mean,
you
but
gotta
they
think about it.
Yeah,
I mean, everywhere they countrymen, they always go party, and if they advance, even if they don't advance, if they just in it, they partying. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Unlike us, we didn't even know, there was even a football.
The World Champ was even going on, right?
Yeah.
Right.
So,
Especially for the women.
I mean, I knew it was going on.
First of all,
but I'm just saying.
Yeah, you're right, though. You're right.
No, I didn't even know.
We don't go celebrate like people from other countries do.
It ain't like football.
Especially not soccer because
Yeah.
we didn't even know women. They've been dominating for the last 4 years.
Yeah,
Women
they've been
dominate
dominating for longer than
long
that.
time.
Yeah,
American women been leading
which
soccer.
is kind of cool. What's the lady name with the purple hair? What was it?
Megan
Megan Ribedo.
Rapinoe.
Rapinoe.
Mm-hmm.
She is announcing that she would not go to the White House.
She said that before they even won, and then Trump said, "You concentrate on winning first."
Well,
Exactly.
you're not going to be here anyway,
And then
I
they
only
won.
like winners.
And then they won.
And then they won, and
He wants. Do you think he's? But
she said she's not going, and
you know,
she's
I
like
think I'm gonna get in
the
trouble
star.
for saying this. But I think by her saying that, and I know Trump is not the best person right now, but this is Ron's opinion.
Okay.
But there's
It doesn't matter.
right, but there's other people on that team, younger people, and that's an experience that they probably should
Okay, that's
Take
up
advantage
to
of.
their
take advantage
discretion
of
to
and
go.
for. But
Well,
they're not going to
she-
go if they're going to support. Even though she's doing a great, I understand why she's not
Yeah,
going. I
My,
agree.
my thing about it is this, right? You're what you're saying is, right? People don't want to go, but most
Well,
people
he's-
are not supporting him. Period.
Ron is revealing his own self. He's saying you should just be an opportunist, right?
Yes.
Go to the White House at any cost, right?
I'm not saying you probably.
I mean, 6 years ago, people were going just to be going.
To Barack.
Yeah, but now,
For historic purposes, because that was pretty historic. But
But people were going just to chill. They were going bowling. They were doing
but this is
whatever.
the thing, though.
Now nobody wants to go there.
But it's better not to go because
It's probably
because it
is.
says something about who you are to say I'm not going to go. Because you're sacrificing the experience of the White House to say I have to oppose this man's behavior. You know what I'm saying? And
That's
I mean,
true.
at the end of the day, that's a real serious issue. His behavior.
and especially he doesn't respect women. Period.
Because Trump he's not just a person who is irritating, right? He's actually working
Irritating.
behind the scenes doing policies that's actually hurting us.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Man.
But I just think that I mean I understand that, but I mean personally let's say like if my daughter had the opportunity to go to the White House, I would kind of be like, you should go, sweetie. I wouldn't want her to pass up.
No, but that's what I'm saying. But you're not sacrificing anything for. So what are you going to sacrifice for the cause?
Oh, I agree. I just don't want nobody to miss an opportunity to better
Because it's like you got
themselves.
separate some for the cause,
Here's
man.
the thing. You can go. Anybody can go to the White House, provided that you don't have any felonies. B, you don't owe on some back child support or some shit. You can go to the White House and visit. You go to the White House visit under those circumstances. You ain't gotta go visit Trump. You ain't gotta go. Meet
You saying
his
you can
staff.
just apply to visit, go on a
Yeah.
tour?
I mean, I've
Or
been
you go
to-
to the White House. If you go to the White House,
I've been to the
it's
White
a
House 3
process.
times.
You just can't.
I've been to the White House 3 times. I took my daughter. I took family members that came out because I have a sorority sister that works there and she gets us in.
Okay.
And
You
we
can
just
go.
do a soft security clearance or whatever.
Okay.
And there's certain parts
It's-
we can't go to. But I'm just saying for a place where you will be
Honored.
honored.
The
You know,
No,
you
I said that even
clearance
that's,
you
that's
get-
even more so. We need people who have stages,
But
who
I
have
appreciate what
platforms,
you
and
did.
use those
I appreciate
to
what
speak
you
up
did.
against the
You're right.
injustice. He had Jeff Sessions when he was in there rolling back so many things for student loans, for certain prison
So
issues
true.
and whatnot. They're hailing him on what he did about reversing what Clinton put in place, but. They're still working on the underhand, doing other things that are hurting people. They're taking all the regulations off the bank, and the banks were mainly doing predatory practices against our community.
But you know what? You're
They're
right.
still doing that.
Because like even let's
Sure.
say even if like let's talk about
Well,
like Chris.
he wrote all the checks and balances
Oh,
off.
don't get me.
Let's
started
talk about
that.
like now. I was about to say something crazy. I was gonna say like if I went to the White House, I would go there to protest and say something, right? But Chris said Michelle tried that too. Remember she said I went there with my kente coffee dress and all this stuff. It didn't work.
Man.
So yeah, stay out of the White House. I agree with you.
Where-
stay
where-
out of the White House,
where-
people.
I mean, ever since she decided to take
she's
that
gone.
job, she just.
Yeah.
Well, y'all act like she
Whoa.
was just killing it before then.
She
No,
was on.
she was
she,
not.
She had a
She
reality
actually
show.
right.
She was never killing
She
it.
was
She
on
had
the
a
come
reality
up.
show. She was on the
she
come
was
up.
on the come up.
She was on the
She
come
was
up.
never on the come
Hold
up.
on,
She
okay.
was.
So she was up for like these roles.
Okay, Dave, just give him this much. She was overrated. She
Yes.
was overrated.
She
because
wasn't overrated.
She was because she was
was
getting love. You're right.
She
But
was somewhat coming up.
I felt like people were trying to make her something she wasn't. Like they were trying to make her bigger than she was.
I'm gonna say that around that time,
Like, Jill Scott is
she
getting all
just
that
had-
love right
her
now.
album was getting some radio play.
It was.
She was getting some type of play.
It was.
And then
She wrecked the whole thing.
it's like that shit just went down.
Her husband, her managers, her family.
It's like, babe,
They
that's
all
a bad
people
move.
artists called her. Everybody they called her. They tried to offer her money.
I mean, Jennifer Holliday was offered the same.
Who's Holiday?
Jennifer Holliday, you know who that is?
I don't know who Holiday is.
You don't know Jennifer Holiday? She's the
don't know.
one.
No, he don't go back
She's
to
the
that.
original one who sang that song. I'm
Original
telling
Dream
you.
Girl.
I don't know.
You
who
know
Holiday-
Jennifer Hudson?
I'm just kidding, man.
Oh, well, why would you waste it out? But anyway, but she was offered that same thing, and she said she was going to take it, and then she got backflash. She was like, "Oh no, I'm not doing it." She said, "I didn't
Hey,
realize."
listen. Let me tell you something. Gladys Knight barely made it through that Super Bowl piece. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
But they couldn't go on Gladys because Gladys had 50 years in the game.
But
so.
you know what? Even I mean, that's that's different because I'm gonna tell you like this. Black folks, let's just be real. Black folks are still tuning in the damn Super Bowl.
Yes, and watching football.
I don't know a single person.
Or Super Bowl, yeah.
I don't know a single person that wasn't like, yo, you saw something.
But
A lot of
Especially
Beyonce.
when their team was
Beyonce.
almost
A
winning.
lot of black people did start watching Super Bowl. They lost a lot of black
Yeah, they did.
I mean,
viewers.
yeah, they dipped in ratings.
They did.
That is true, but they also dipped in
But
ratings because
the reality is that
Oh, Superwoman just walked in the house.
The reality though is that we are still the minority, right? So
Yeah.
even if we all stop watching, it's not
gonna
they're
hurt
not
them
feeling
so
it.
much.
They're not feeling it.
Yes.
I mean, they feel it a little bit because it's black dollars. You know what I'm saying? But they're not feeling it.
that's what I'm saying.
You gotta think about the ones who we're not buying the gear really. So
Right.
you know what I'm saying?
Or the tickets.
That's
Well,
right.
y'all, that was my weekend. I didn't even ask y'all about y'all weekend, but we run out of time now. Did y'all do anything exciting before we go?
No.
Man.
Anything exciting?
I went.
We going to a quick break.
I went and ran like I struggled to run 10K, but it wasn't.
You tried.
I tried. I did it on a back road near a farmland and shit. I had stopping a couple of times.
By yourself?
And that was important to tell
yeah.
us.
Or was it a race?
Nah, by my damn self, man.
Really?
Trying to, like, Ron starves himself in order to lose weight. Ron's what Ron do. He goes on this crash diet.
I didn't want to crash diet. I'm on a complete cleanse of drugs.
Y'all looking good, man. I don't know what y'all did, man. All y'all got a glow on you. Is it the lights or y'all really been living right?
Living right. Praise
man.
God. God is so good. Yeah,
They lying up here.
They lying. Everybody
I can't speak for Ron, but I've been living right.
everybody looking real good.
I just been getting regular sex. But anyway, we're going to a quick break. We come right back. Our girl just joined us in the building. She looks absolutely
At them
beautiful.
Pride events.
Hold on. Y'all see Ron's on four hands? Man. Y'all heard what he said. He been getting regular sex.
Regular sex with myself.
He
I got my own
he done came out. He was at the Pride joint getting regular sex.
First of all, I didn't say nothing about coming out. I just said the New York Pride was really fun.
Oh, really?
Hey,
It was really fun.
Really?
Talking to them. Hey, put your lips on the mic. Talking to them.
I'm just saying, World Pride was extremely fun.
We'll be right back.
We'll be right back. When we come right back with our drink of the day, and Sharice joined us, yo. The commissioner's in the building. Yo, we will drink some white Hennessy, y'all. It's going to be a good time.
Good,
Give us a call at 202-656-1BAR. Salute!
Chicago know we innovate, infiltrate Virginia State. DC make me stimulate, Philly know we penetrate. Georgia make us generate, let's set a date to get the pace. They celebrate on my jams in foreign lands. Even your mans in Japan know who I am. Minna son, make everybody out in Nippon say Ichiban. Make God man, but where you get it from? Phenomenon, excuse me, that's a phone call. It's a show, y'all. Trying to get this dough, y'all. About to blow, y'all. Been a pleasure to know y'all. And I'm letting you know I'm leaving on a jet plane. I don't know if I'll be back again. Kiss me and smile for me. Tell me that you'll wait for me. Hold me like you know I'll never go. Even though you know I will, I'm a traveling man. Moving through places, space and time. I got a lot of things I got to do, but inshallah I'm coming back to you. Baby boo, I'm leaving. I'll be back to you. I'm leaving. I'll be back to you. Over the world we go. DC all over the world we go. VA all over the world we go. The Cackalax all over the world we go. London all over the world we go. Japan we go. Over the world we go. Paris we go. Over the world we go.
What's wrong?
I haven't slept in a year.
Yeah. It's crazy out here, man. Out for this blood money. You know what I'm saying? Niggas after my head. Hating on me, hating on the position I play. You know what I'm saying? Police after me too. It ain't nothing but a street soccer, police drama. Real life cops and robbers. It ain't nothing but a street soccer, police drama. Real life cops and robbers. It ain't nothing but a street saga, police drama. Real life cops and robbers. It ain't nothing but a street saga, police drama. Real life cops and robbers. Word is born, you couldn't even see the type of shit I'm on. Your life was gone like a skin poppin' heroin fiend. With 40 dreams, booby trap schemes for cream. They be frontin' wantin' nothing but a mansion or a limousine. I ain't impressed by the TV, I want reality. Like LeBron James, 7-figure salary. Fuck the blocks, dog niggas attract cops. Can't afford losses like throwing the rocks a chop. It's my profits, hustling, I can't stop it, it's like a disease. I fiend in my sleep for more G's. I roll with killers, stick up kids, mainly drug dealers. Plotting on the big willas, on bad news gorillas. I analyze my plans from old headers who took Berettas to get cheddar. Sip Don P, the ace and better. I'm learning from all the OG errors. Mistake number one is thinking niggas get money together. It ain't nothing but a street saga, police drama. Real life cops and robbers. It ain't nothing but a street saga, police drama. Real life cops and robbers. It ain't nothing but a street saga, police drama. Real life cops and robbers. It ain't nothing but a street saga, police drama. Real life cops and robbers. The golden rule. The golden rule. The golden rule. The golden rule. A1 drop a lot of jewels. The golden rule. The golden rule. The golden rule. The golden rule. A1 drop a lot of jewels.
I heard you were looking for me.
Very tired. I can't sleep.
Today's your lucky day. I happen to be a sleep specialist.
So man, listen. Prepare for the rap killer. Keep you locked in. Strong, dead calm. Uncomfortable positions, what I'm after. The killers. I never tire. Quit talking. As I calculate my mind state through all possibilities, attempts of recreating my stylings and futility. These kids are keeping real with me, but never disrespecting. Or I'm showing all these freshmen how I'm lethal with the mic checking. And so people might step in. My style is so esoteric that they comparing my verses to life lessons in a tight session. Freestyle first and right second. That's my game. Time ain't changed my mind frame. Still hungry like the kid hasn't eaten in 9 days. So you better bring your skills when you stepping on my stage to come rap with me. Count money and stacks with me, laugh with me, cause the weed we blowing is mad sticky. Phonics lay it down as I'm committing verbal murder on these mainstream acts from a kid that you never heard of. But at least I serve a purpose, scratching beneath the surface. I speak at the sermon, pray to rock him when I'm in churches. So man, listen. Prepare for this rap killer. Keep you locked in. Strong, dead calm. Uncomfortable positions, what I'm after. The killers. I never tire. Quit talking. It's over. Ridiculous heat, the type of shit that make you flip in your seat and change schemes without skipping a beat. I'm a rebel like James Dean in a cinema feat. Up in the paper, see my face like I was missing for weeks. You talking shit, you probably losing your teeth, cause I throw jabs like Money May. Fuck up your eyes like a sunny day. Funny you run away when the heat is on. Quick to put your sneakers on. I'm up all night like I'm trying to see the dawn. Play my enemies like a game of chess, but I can never be a pawn. I'm Bobby Fischer and I'm keeping calm. I'm too multifaceted, waiting for kids harassing. When I smack them, it feels good like your boy was a sadomasochist. Rhyming so long you can't even keep track of this. Leave my weed zipped up like an Eskimo jacket is. So man, listen. Prepare for this rap killer. Keep you locked in. Strong, dead calm. Uncomfortable positions, what I'm after. The killers. I never tire. Quit talking. It's over. Quit talking. It's over. Quit talking. It's over.
I'm worried about you.
Why?
You're so different than you used to be. You don't sleep. I listened last night. You walked back and forth here hour after hour.
Yo, welcome back to WLVS Radio. You're tuned into the open bar.
Salud.
Salud. Yo, Dave is rocking the shirt today. I think he's the only one.
I like the purple one, too.
The purple one is hot, isn't
Purple
it?
is the color of royalty. I'm wearing
Peace.
purple
You
today.
wearing royal. You look royal.
And feeling very regal.
You look great. But you can order these shirts online at openbartuesdays@gmail.com. Part of the proceeds to benefit local charities. Soon Sharice give us the charity, and then
Yes.
Oh,
It's the Congress Park Project.
Oh yeah, the projects.
afford
I love the
$5.
projects. We get them the $5 that we raised so far. Yo, but
Yes.
yeah, order them shirts online. We got hats. We got a lot of great stuff. We got bathing suits. We got tank tops. We got
I haven't seen the
G-strings.
bathing
got slides.
We got slides.
We got
I don't
socks.
think you have the bathing suits. I didn't see those.
He got the jock strap version. Doesn't he?
Oh my
Right?
goodness.
I don't know what a job is.
Oh, that's exciting.
I'm just kidding. Anyway, yeah, do that. Don't forget to tune into, go ahead and subscribe to our YouTube channel at WLVS Radio. There you can find all the other shows that WLVS has to offer. Not only this great show, but there's some other great shows, a lot of weed shows, a lot of stuff. Anything that you're into, cooking, dressing, all this, you can find that here at WLVS Radio. We do a lot here, yo. So, my favorite part of the show is what?
Drink of the
The
day.
drink of the day. Hey, okay, Igor. Igor doing his thing.
I like that. Engineer over here
Right.
making it happen.
So today, because I just came back from Trinidad, one of the drinks that you can't get anywhere else in the States, rather, would you get mainly in the Caribbean or like
Anywhere outside.
anywhere
the US.
outside the U.S. is the Hennessy White. Are you guys familiar with that?
I believe you
Yes.
can buy that in the U.S.
You can buy it in the U.S.
I believe so.
No,
It's
not
not-
legally.
Oh,
Not legally.
And not open.
And I want to know why. I wish somebody could call and tell us why they don't sell it in the
not
U.S.
from a retailer, right?
I don't understand why. But anyway, you can get it
I
for
know
great.
a liquor store in Southeast that sell it though.
Oh, you do? You can get it for great. Normally, you drink it. You normally don't add anything to it because it's supposed to be such a specialty. We're here sipping on the white Hennessy White. I'm sorry. It smells so good. It smells so smooth. Y'all smell it?
Hennessy Pure White.
Pure white.
Yeah.
You can
That is very smooth.
order it
You can't order it.
on eBay though.
Oh, but that because
But
they
that's
buy,
That's like me bringing bottles back
aftermarket.
and selling it. Yeah.
Right.
I guess because they buy it from another place. Shout
Yeah,
out to
some
Macola. Thanks for tuning in. And shout out to Nathan. I think that's one of your friends. Yo, thank you for tuning in to the show on Facebook. But yeah, the Hennessy White, I'm sure people buy it because, like, I know a person that went to Jamaica and they brought back like 5 bottles. They paid $50 there and they charged $75 to people
That's
to buy.
impossible.
so you went to Trinidad and New York.
You can bring more.
Not if you
I
have,
mean-
but if you and your wife go, she can have 5. No, you can bring 6
Nah,
if you're going to New York.
I brought way back more than that.
Do you check it in before you get behind the line? I mean,
Yeah, I put it in my luggage.
Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense.
I brought back 8 bottles from Mexico.
Because I had to do that with like.
So you went there with empty suitcases, prepared to bring back alcohol. Was that your sole purpose of the trip?
Right.
No.
8 bottles. So what did you put it at? I mean, what
I
kind?
had
In a briefcase, you have to
So
check
what
it
I
in
do,
at the counter.
what I always do,
He
when
had
I,
to check that in and put it underneath the.
yeah, underneath the plane. So what I always do when I travel, I always carry an extra bag inside of my suitcase. So if I bring anything back, and I know I'm going to be overweight, I can put my clothes. or
So
whatever
you're saying
things
that
in
you
there.
don't want to admit that you went there to buy alcohol.
No, I didn't go there to buy alcohol.
But it's a good idea if you do because, like,
But I mean, it doesn't matter. I always do that. Ever since my first trip, and I learned I had to buy a bag extra. I said I always put another bag.
Sure.
In my trip.
I bought
I
a
also think that they should sell it for more than that, right?
What kind of piece is the other one?
they should sell it for more than $75.
That's Moonstruck.
You said you think that they should sell the Hennessy PDO. They should sell the Hennessy for more than $75.
I'm saying if you get a bottle and you bring it back here because it's so exclusive. I mean, because unless person gonna go on eBay and buy it, if you got it on hand right here, you know what I'm saying. There's no reason why you couldn't sell that bottle
For $100?
For $100, yeah.
Okay.
That's what they sell in that liquor
Because
store.
you should think about your travel getting it. You should add all that in.
That's what I'm saying. It's like
Then
know,
you probably-
you had to carry the weight and
then
everything.
you probably had to pay the extra than your bag because you got to pay the luggage fee.
There hasn't been a reason why Hennessy doesn't sell it in the state. I mean, it's no law against it. Hennessy's just chosen not to advertise it
to
in
make
the
it
States.
to make it something exclusive, you know.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, because when I was in Paris years ago, they have like a whole separate like line of Hennessy over there that's like completely so exclusive. They ain't even
Same thing with the
US
tequila.
thing.
It's tequila in the islands that you can't get in the States. Like
That's what we were looking for when we were in Mexico.
I love that.
I love tequila.
Well, I think we brought some back.
That's why I brought back so much
Wow.
bottles. I bought a whole bunch of tequila back.
Anyway, our drink today, of course, again, is the what is this called?
Pure white Hennessy.
The Hennessy
Pure
white,
white.
pure white Hennessy. Yeah. Definitely
Also,
smooth. Everybody like it.
Yeah. Also, we want to thank our
Let me-
sponsor for
I'm gonna try
sponsoring
it.
us this
I
food.
don't wanna
and
try
this
it.
is
Oh yeah!
something-
Shout out to the what's the company? What's the real estate? Your real estate company called
United Kingdom building.
United Kingdom Building for providing us with food
Yes,
today.
thank
you
you,
so
United
much.
Kingdom Building.
Yo,
They
we have
definitely
fresh
spoiled
fruit.
us.
Yo, I haven't had fruit in a while. You know I don't eat carbs anymore.
You should be eating fruit.
So,
What?
I don't eat carbs anymore.
What does the fruit
But-
have to do with that?
Well, I'm just showing them that I'm eating fruit, and while
I'm
the rest of
proud
y'all
of
eat
You don't
pizza.
eat carbs anymore?
I try not to.
I don't understand.
It's carbs.
Carb.
I don't understand. It's okay.
But anyway, the Hennessy and everything is great. Y'all ready for some hot topics?
Let's do
Let's
it.
do it.
Do it.
Wendy Williams got her 20-year-old.
Wendy Williams got a new. That's what be since you brought it. I wasn't gonna bring it up, but she got a new man.
That's
He's
not
not a
surprising.
20-year-old, though.
It's not the 20-year-old though.
That's what I heard.
But she didn't announce who he was. She just said that she got a new man, and she let it know that she's not really dating a 20-year-old. But
Hold
she did.
hold up. Didn't she just get separated from her husband like
Okay,
3
but-
months ago?
But he's been with. He got
And
a
then-
whole baby and
After
everything.
25
so-
years.
But that was already in the making. That wasn't like it's something new. They
So,
broke up.
so she
and-
did something wrong.
Well, then let's put a question out there, right?
28 years.
How soon? Let's put a question out there.
Right. How soon should she have waited?
after a relationship is it okay to start dating again? I think
It
that's a good
depends. I mean,
question.
I think-
'cause I've-
I'm not saying.
I've
But
had
you've been with this man for 25 years.
And he's been cheating apparently for
It
20,
doesn't matter how
21
long
of the
he's been
25.
cheating.
You are not gonna take his side. He's been cheating on her.
I'm not saying.
I've
I'm not
oftentimes-
saying.
So
it
you're
doesn't
saying
matter
that her life
if-
should stop?
No, I'm not saying her life should stop. But how do you get into another relationship and think it's going to be successful?
So he's
she
so
didn't
he's
say that. Let's
so
let
he's
me be clear.
questioning.
Let's
First
be
of all,
clear.
wait a
Hold on,
minute.
I'm sorry.
People have
No, let's be
successful
clear.
relationships
Let's be
after
clear.
they
She
break
not
up.
say she not say she in a relationship. She said that
I'm
she's
dating.
She said I'm off
She's
the
fucking
market.
this nigga.
She said I'm not in love or anything, but I'm off the
Okay.
market. I'm interested in one person right now.
I mean,
Well,
I will
when
say
you're
this.
with someone for that long, you seek companionship and you want exclusive companionship. So who knows how long it's gonna last? As a matter of fact, did you guys see the tribute, Anderson Cooper's tribute on CNN
To his
that he did to his mom?
Yeah.
Anderson Cooper's mom is an incredible example of a life well lived. And this woman, according to Anderson Cooper himself, married and remarried again.
What's his mother? Gloria Vanderbilt?
Yeah,
She's a Vanderbilt.
Gloria,
That's
she's a
what
Vanderbilt.
they did.
So my point is that she believed in loving full out and not allowing anything that happened before
But-
to stop her from
I've
that.
heard
But it
some,
wasn't
I've
25
heard-
years.
I've heard some women say. I've
okay, you
heard
can't
more
hear me.
women say
Let me
this
put
more
my-
so than
my mic
men,
up.
that once you
My mic
check out
sound
of a
nice.
relationship mentally,
Right.
once you're done with it,
No matter when
then
that happens.
it makes it that much easier to move on once you're completely done. And the thing about it, one of the things I've always heard, I don't know the situation, I don't know anybody in that situation. One of the things I've always heard in relation to Wendy Williams' relationship is that you can cheat as long as you don't have any kids, and the caveat was he had a child. Like it's been known for years he's been sleeping around with this woman.
And Wendy, like a lot of people, she knows that a lot of people
And she said
do understand that in their marriages. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Well, it's not really an understand, but it's
I mean, she
it's an-
checked out.
it's
an
an
agreement.
It's an agreement.
The
Absolutely.
thing is,
Unwritten
she
agreement.
She checked. She probably 10 years ago or so, when she realized that he wasn't going to stop doing what he was doing, mentally checked out. The fact that he had
Well,
a
she
baby.
didn't check out. She just said that's not so much of an unusual arrangement.
Right.
We try to make it be that way, particularly in America.
Yes.
And a lot of powerful women and men all know this, all do this. You know what I'm saying? Like for the public,
Jeff Bezos.
for the public, they keep up the image. But privately, you see who you want to see. I see who I want to see. We keep it. We
Well, they
respect.
never
it.
really
my
kept
thing
up
is
their
because-
image though, because
Because the idiotic part about it is, she's your bank. We know you ain't putting away bread for finances. We know that.
Well, he should have been.
Like snip, 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 snip. You know what I'm saying?
He wasn't doing Shawnee
Yeah,
O'Neal.
I'm about to say he wasn't
Well,
no Shawnee O'Neal. Shawnee did it right.
I think the big story out of this is that you can be. How old is Wendy Williams?
25 years.
I don't know. How old is she?
She's 47.
50-something.
57.
She is 50-something and loving life, and you can be 50-something and start over. You can be 60-something and start over. You can be 70 plus and start over. And
I'm not
at
saying that.
any age, you are entitled to be loved and receive love.
That's true. Everybody deserves
So
love.
I'm not gonna comment on the age of the person
Or the
'cause
time or whatever.
the timing and whatnot. You know,
Right.
their divorce is
Well,
their
let's put our
divorce.
drinks up together.
Their divorce is
Salute
not
to Wendy
final yet.
Williams.
Let's shout out to
That's what I'm
Wendy
saying.
Williams. Salute to Wendy Williams. She get outside.
Live your best life,
Live your life.
at
You can
every
live your
at
thing.
every age.
So
She's
since
54.
we talk about, of course, this segment is always a ratchet, so I have to keep it ratchet. So, of course, you guys familiar with the group B2K?
Yes.
Y'all remember them back in the day?
I don't remember
Yep.
that. I don't
That-
remember.
that's more.
You know
that should be
B2K.
your-
Yeah, that is his. Nah,
That should be-
nah,
You know B2K.
nah. His group is immature.
Immature.
I didn't
Okay.
grow
You
up.
know
I don't
immature
remember
too.
being
You know
immature.
But anyway,
B2K.
B2K.
Remember immature? Y'all the same age. You and Mark Cuban.
Look, man.
Anyway,
I
let me-
Oh, actually, he was a little younger than
I
that.
He was
grew
a
up
little
on a
young.
dirt
Yeah,
road.
he's a little bit younger than Mark.
So he got to go. His.
I grew up on a dirt road. I didn't have a TV or cable
Yeah.
until I was. in
Well,
my
B2K is a group that was pretty hot, probably in the late '90s, probably early. And so and the lead singer of that group was Omarion. Y'all know, everybody know Omarion.
No.
There's also a member of that group,
Lil Fizz.
Lil Fizz is in that group. So Omarion has 2 babies by this woman named April. Lil Fizz just got that same woman pregnant too, as well.
No, he did.
Yes.
It's not
So
sure.
they-
Man code gone wrong like so far.
No, he
Are they
didn't. Yo, are you
cousins
serious?
or
Yes.
They're not cousins.
They're not cousins. They've grew up like brothers.
This girl
And they've been
April.
on Love and Hip Hop
They
together.
was on Love and Hip Hop
so
together.
they're like god brothers?
They were in a group
what does that
together
make
for
their
years.
kids?
They were in a group
raised
together. They
but
were
in
raised
together.
B2K together.
They kind of
It's
came
not-
up together.
You know, I'm trying to think. What does that make the kids?
Apparently,
Do
they
make,
all.
Oh,
they're siblings. They're siblings.
They gonna
Yeah,
say
that's all
they-
it's gonna
They
be.
really
Yeah.
are
This
siblings.
is gonna be
It's
similar.
not-
But man,
But to me, I hate to say this, and I'm gonna blame it on that woman. She should know better.
yeah, she should.
Well,
yo.
he should know better too, but
Yeah, both of them should know better. They both are trifling, man. Because I'm like,
but but she is definitely trifling.
yeah, because it's like, yo, it's
She
like,
trifling.
it's like,
Here's the thing y'all are forgetting. The women that these
Are after.
celebrities deal with, athletes, whatever they deal with.
They deal
They
with the
hop
same.
from they hop from one team
Not in the
to
same
next
group,
team.
though. That's
Yo,
crazy.
Why not?
That happens
No.
They're
everywhere.
like brothers.
Dog,
It's like
dog.
let's say
What's
it's like-
between my legs is
No.
on sale.
You-
So what do you think is going to happen?
Let me
Huh?
say this. That's the same thing.
He's
We
saying-
look at this group.
Have
Look
they
at-
ever had? I have a question.
But you got to also look at Albie Shore and Puffy.
They didn't know each other like that though.
They wasn't close, though.
They weren't close. This is
Have
like
they-
me, you.
They
One, two.
was close.
Hold
They
on,
were
everybody.
both in the-
After this,
they
we're gonna
both came
hold
into
on one
business at
second.
the same
We're gonna let
time.
Sharice say her point. My point right here is 1, 2, 3, 4 are real close. We work together every Tuesday.
We're
Right.
nobodies.
no, but
I'm just saying.
but
I
if
would
my
never-
girl,
I would never date your girlfriend.
my girl,
I agree that
I had 2 kids.
I would never do that.
I had
would never
2
do that
kids
to you.
with
I
her.
would never do that to you.
I agree.
Right.
We are human. We live
Oh,
on
they're
a
not
plane
human?
where we have morals and we look at life differently. They live in a plane where they don't operate by the same rules.
That is true.
Two, the women that
Hold
run
on.
in those circles, they hop from player to player. That's
Yeah,
what
no,
they
no,
do.
no. I understand that
They-
too. I understand that to a degree, but that's different though. What we talking about now, this is not just celebrity to celebrity, friend to friend. It wasn't just general friendship, right? Even us would be a little bit more understandable because we didn't. Well, Dave and Ron been together longer. You've known Ron longer, but to grow up,
I agree.
To literally come into manhood together, right?
I agree.
And for me to have 2 children by this woman. And even if they were having a sexual relationship, my thing is I could even go with that. If y'all want to screw now and I'm not with it no more, that's ugly enough. But if you get pregnant, don't have
And
baby.
talking
I
about
mean,
getting married and all that.
So-
See,
So I
don't-
mean,
don't
that's
get pregnant,
like I said, she's probably an Instagram
'Cause
model.
now-
She's probably an
'cause I-
urban
'cause
model,
understand-
whatever. Don't
understand.
matter.
April's actually a chemist.
She-
She's a
she-
doctor.
So,
She goes
I have
from-
a question.
But April's not like that. And the other thing about it is that
She's a doctor, actually.
The other thing about it is that it's
Is
not just ugly for
chemist.
us up here. That's gonna be ugly for the kids.
Exactly.
Because they're gonna figure out who their fathers were and how this thing unfolded, and it's just gonna be ugly.
I mean, Omar keeps
They
going.
gonna get teased
That's gonna
like
be ugly,
shit.
man.
Have you guys ever
What's your-
heard
what's your
of?
question, Sharice?
Have you guys ever heard of polygamy communities?
Yes.
Yes.
So is our reaction assuming that they have not created that culture for themselves.
That is true.
Oh.
Yeah.
Out there in California,
we don't know.
So I think we assume a lot more so than.
So
we,
you think that Omarion was okay with it at first?
So I am not going to. I'm asking the polygamy communities
all been
are
having sex
very,
together.
very real. I have friends here
That's
in
more
DC.
realistic.
I have friends here in DC that are looking at, okay, well, how can we start a community? Because marriage has always been about economics.
That's true.
And so if you're starting a community,
I'm with the community.
Sign me up.
Y'all some assholes.
No, but this is a real conversation that a lot of my friends have been having about, how do you preserve your culture and keep wealth in your community?
One of the things that's gaining
Poly
some
is the way.
when I was out in California, one of the things that's really popular is that polyamorous style relationship where it might be two girls sharing a dude or two dudes and a girl, where you have a group of people who are living in a home and they're all in a relationship.
Yeah, that's
it's
really
happening
more
Because we often make the assumption because we've grown up
exactly.
on monogamy, which
Exactly.
I guess to some
And
degree.
who says monogamy
To
is
separate
the norm?
us.
As a
Who
matter
say
of fact,
monogamy is the norm? I'm like,
right. So
It's been a norm in America.
And
In
how
America.
do people
Yes.
get to choose without having to
I
make
just think-
public announcements?
I just think people should mind.
I don't
their
think the
business.
world. I don't think the world was meant for us to be monogamous. For the simple fact of it is, right? There are more women than men in the world. Period.
Mm-hmm.
That means some woman is going to be left out.
if everybody did it the Bible way,
Yes.
you know what I'm saying?
The
There
biblical
would be
way.
a lot of women that would be just left.
And people say 3%, but 3% of 8 billion is a lot of damn women.
That's a lot of people.
But you know what I think what makes this so bad is that people just don't communicate honestly. Like
That's true.
My thing is, if I want to be with somebody else in my relationship, or if she want to be with somebody, or he want to be with somebody, whoever, you need to just be honest with that person that you.
Okay,
with.
so remember I told you this about telling the truth. Why people lie and cheat in the book, right?
Because they don't want to hurt nobody's feelings.
Well. This is they don't want to hurt their feelings, but bigger than that is that people are not good at hearing and receiving truth.
That's
right?
true.
I agree.
Because when people spaz out, no one wants to have that reaction, right? If you're going to spaz out, freak out, end everything we've been building together, whether it's a business relationship or a home or life, whatever it is, because even if you want to end it, there's a respectful, responsible way to end it. But people like to flip out and play the Angela Bassett role from, Not Gonna Cry and all that. They want to do all this stuff. And it's like, but then you want somebody to tell you the truth. But why would I tell you the truth when you can't handle the truth?
You can't handle the truth.
Well,
I think,
after she said, I'm gonna respond to you. After she
I think
speak.
you look at an example of like kind of merging that would be an example of a polygamy community that hasn't been made public. Is Puff Daddy. He has a very great relationship. He has appeared to have great relationships with all
the women
brother
that
of his children.
that
and they all seem
And so
to,
does
to
Young
get
Jock
along
on Love and
well
Hip
with
Hop.
each other.
Well, hold on.
And
Cassie
so,
done moved on and got
Yeah,
engaged.
Well,
and she's supposed to be
was-
pregnant.
And she's pregnant.
And that's
But
fair
she
too,
left the
that-
house.
You know what?
She left the polygamy
exactly.
camp.
She left the ranch. But in some current news though,
But we don't know what type of reality they're living.
So
And two, we also have to take this in consideration. A lot of those groups, we look at them thinking, okay, they grew up together, and yeah, they've been a boy band since they were kids. But look at En Vogue. A lot of I think when I read the
Only
story
one of
on
them have kids.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying when they came together, they all came from different. They didn't come from the same cloth,
No,
and they were
that's
just
true.
put together.
Those four boys.
So
were-
what's
those-
not the
No,
same?
they wasn't. They
Those
wasn't.
four boys, they were all both getting raped by that man. All four.
Chris. Yeah.
Now that's a
Chris
whole other
Stokes.
reality. No, let's not.
They
like,
all shared the
let's
same
not-
penis.
Raz B has been telling it.
Let's
Oh,
not
really?
make
Raz
light of
B
that.
has been saying
I'm sorry. I
Well,
apologize.
no, that's a real point to be
I
made, though.
apologize.
he said Chris Stokes used to get raped.
Yeah,
them?
Rape all of 'em.
Actually, it's on video and on tape, and he was talking to one of the other boys
And then-
from B2K,
and Ray
saying,
J
and
announced-
saying,
but
and
said it
saying
too.
that you was getting fucked like I was getting fucked.
Dang.
Could he been
I hope
talking
it's
about
I
his
never
career?
heard that whole story, but that's
he
what
been
that's
talking
what
about-
Look
far-
it up.
so
Could he
far
been
I was-
talking
Raz
about his
B.
record career?
So,
Like,
but hold on, I want to just say two things. One is
And I
that-
apologize to anybody who's been raped for making light of that situation.
Exactly.
Well,
did
no, I
make
mean,
light
no, I
of
think
that
you
Don't make fun of
bringing it up is a
Lou,
that up is an important factor in this conversation. Too.
Lou Williams, who plays for the LA Clippers, he's the
Yeah,
sixth
he
man.
he keep two women.
Lou women, they say he's in a relationship with two women. They said twins, but I don't think they're twins. They just
Nah.
probably just nice looking ladies.
Yeah.
And but he's doing it out there in California.
He was doing it when he was in Toronto.
What about the party me and you went to? I took you to the African party, and the dude from the house, he had both his wife, he had his wife and his girlfriend at the party.
They both, yeah.
And they were sitting together like they were family. It was amazing.
Hey, I'm trying to tell you. Listen.
Now, who I am disappointed in is
It's
that
cultural.
Carmelo Anthony on Lala's birthday.
That was a lie, though.
What happened?
Listen,
What did he do?
He was
lie or no lie, business vacation or no business
Was
vacation.
Lala there?
Lala was
No.
at her birthday party
And he was in
by
the south.
herself, and
He was
he
in
was
south of France.
on a business meeting.
on the boat.
Okay, he's making money.
No, so with the
'Cause he ain't
images-
making
the
enough from the
images
NBA
didn't
right now.
necessarily
He
look
said.
like-
He said.
But the
that
woman's
woman-
husband, everybody was on the boat, and her kids. So why
Did
would
anybody
That's
see
what they
any of
said, but
those
nobody
other
ain't see
people?
those people.
My point is, I'm sure he would love to be in a polygamy community as well.
Why you saying that? You want Carmelo?
I'm not interested. Carmelo just can't
No,
seem to.
but you know what?
He just can't seem to. Keep
A lot
his,
of men
keep
can't-
his story straight.
A lot of men
Well-
can't deal with polygamy. Sharing their woman.
Well, but so he goes after the same women though. They look similar,
Like Lala?
and build the women that he's been caught with. They they favor Lala.
Allegedly.
One
So
thing I would say-
before we move on, so
On
can
her
everybody
birth-
agree that April is the wrong person in that
No.
whole thing? Or
Yes.
I'm not agreeing
Yeah,
with
Show of
that.
hands.
I-
Show of
the
hands.
April,
Listen,
no,
the only thing I would give her as
I'm
a
not
as an
giving
olive
anybody
branch,
a fault here.
No, the only olive branch I'll give is what you said is maybe that they could have been having menage a trois together, and that how it happened. And he really can't be mad because we both were screwing her in videos. With,
How was Omarion taking it?
Mario?
He's hot. Like he's been
hot?
posting. They going back and forth on him and
I'm
Fizz on
not,
Twitter.
because
and then
the thing about it is,
unfortunately,
the woman is always the one to blame. Where
She should have.
No, when women
She should
should
not
no,
get pregnant
let
by
me
that.
let me let
And
me let me finish my statement as the only woman here. Thank you. The woman has had a bad rap for. You look at, first of all, media has controlled the way women should wear your hair, how you should wear your makeup, you should have sex, you shouldn't have sex, and constantly shaming women for being women all the way around. And so I'm positive that woman was passed around in that circle before this situation happened. And
No,
so
and
now,
that's
Once
what
you
I'm saying.
pass around and you have a baby by somebody,
Two kids.
you ain't
That-
no more passing.
So
Two
let-
kids.
And
so
that's
let
what
me
I'm,
finish-
a
so
lot
let
of
me
these
finish
ones.
the
No,
point.
and I'm agreeing with you.
And so I'm saying that you made a point earlier about, their reality or their norm. At some point, this just becomes her norm.
but you know what? That woman have to take. And we're about to go to a quick, but that woman have to take responsibility.
No, she doesn't.
I'm gonna tell you why. Because you shouldn't put yourself in that situation.
No, they're all
let me
in
say
that
this:
situation.
if my best friend here has a girl and she's hitting on me, I'm not gonna put myself in that situation.
We don't live in that
You
world,
really-
though.
you
Listen
don't
to what
even
I'm
know the
saying. But if I
situation.
did, I'm gonna take responsibility for what I did.
No, he needs to take responsibility.
You're gonna
No,
own it.
He needs to be
She's
accountable
not
for where
owning it.
he's putting his
The
manhood.
only out on this is if they were already all having sex. Then he can't really be mad.
Even then, that woman should have been like,
she's
"Hey,
not get-
why
she
y'all
shouldn't
doing
get
this to
pregnant.
me?"
She shouldn't get pregnant.
First of all, publicly, you should not tell who the baby daddy is.
That's what I'm saying.
Publicly, you
some
should
kind
not
of-
say,
exactly.
I'm the pappy.
But before we go on the break, while we talking trash, what's the girl from that group? This city on me remix here. 5'5"
City
with
High?
brown eyes.
You talking about City High?
Yeah, and the girl is in the group. It's a girl and two guys.
Yeah, I know the girl.
She had a baby by both of them in that group.
Whoa.
So I don't know.
It's a part of the culture. First of all, I'm not
She had a
agreeing
baby.
with
Each
this
one of
culture.
her kids are by both of the members in
Let
that
me first
group.
disclaim and say I am not agreeing with this culture, but that is a part of their culture.
You know what?
They
That makes
live in a
sense
different
now.
world than
That
we
ma-
do.
that's make-
They live
You
in
know,
a. They
I
live
don't
in.
agree with it, but
Their
this
moral.
is their.
Their morals are different than ours. We have to. We have to
that's-
stop. We have to
Claudette
stop
Ortiz.
idolizing these
Claudette,
people.
Claudette,
We have to
she
stop.
got-
That's the
idolizing-
problem.
We have to
Members in her
stop
group.
idolizing these people and,
Yeah.
and looking at them as the
Hold on.
standard.
Yeah.
We don't
Hold
live
on.
in that world.
Listen, their culture is different, and they have different standards that they do operate by. That doesn't change basic, fundamental human things that
Well,
you do.
who makes it inhuman?
I agree.
Well,
Made the
what I'm
rules.
saying is that's why Wendy Williams is leaving her husband. She might have been okay as long as he was cheating, but to have a baby, there's a line, right?
Yeah, because that put it out on forefront.
There's no lines.
I know a
right
young lady
now,
right
women
now-
are fully grown naked on social media. There are no bottoms.
I know a young lady right now who got married to a man, and while she was married to him, they had a separation. He slept with her sister. She had a baby, and the sister had a baby
Jesus.
by the same man.
Now how you gonna explain it to them kids?
This is what I'm saying.
That's why your
this is real
uncle, your
life.
dad.
Brother cousins.
Exactly. It's like it's crazy, and it's like,
But
how
that's
do you untangle
also a
that?
part of rape culture, though. But I know you got to go to a break too.
Right.
You look at rape culture for many years. And incest.
Oh, yeah,
and
incest,
families
yeah.
have been
That's true.
building with families.
And that's a good thing. That's
My
why,
pa
That's why.
ain't my
that's
pa.
why. That's why I like Silly, because she found out that her daddy wasn't really her daddy, so her
know
kids
what?
weren't retarded. Anyway, we. Wrong word. Wrong word.
Yes, you can't.
I'm so
you
sorry.
Can't talk about
Yeah,
retarded
Ron.
people.
Sorry. Mentally
it together.
challenged.
Get it together,
Anyway,
Ron.
we're going to a quick break. We come right back with some politics, people. We have Sharice and my man right here, Big Country, are going to do some debating. Give us a call at 202-656-1 bar. Salud.
You even locked me out of the laboratory.
I spit feelings that soar over brick buildings. I know the feeling of the whole world against me.
Sometimes I sit back with a Buddha sack, minds in another world, thinking how can we exist through
I
the
ain't made
facts.
for time or age. I know the feeling of the whole world against me.
Sometimes I sit back with a Buddha sack.
Crack the feeling, no profound talent.
It ain't nothing like summertime in my city. At night it's pretty amazing. During the day the sun is blazing. I know plenty people trying to make it. Some just to see another day, others strive to get about that basement. Gotta elevate by any means to fulfill your dreams. This pyramid scheme got levels, you gotta get that cream. I just gotta make sure my mama, sister, and papa posted living proper with a little left over for the basic shit I need. I swear I'm good, y'all. I get $1 million, it's going back to my hood, y'all. We all eat, that's how it should go. Instead of blowing money fast, I got some niggas who who gave me game as a youth. A couple of niggas I owe. Just trying to build something bigger for my brothers and my sisters. My vision's to build a business with all the proper intentions to get richer. In a sense, to better our senses and open our mind. To use it as a gift, I'm trying to open minds, and they say I'm just a dreamer. Technically speaking, I'm stuck in between the visions. It seems whether awake or sleeping, can't tell the difference. Just smoke the L, I'm about to roll a twin, can't smell the difference. Only 22, but you can tell the distance through my imprints. I've been running, trying to break buildings.
Sometimes I sit back with a Buddha sack.
I subdue the microphone and left it in submission. Feelings just soar over brick buildings. Yeah. I know the feeling of the whole world against me.
Sometimes I sit back with a Buddha sack, minds in another world, thinking how can we exist through
Told
the
my
facts.
little homie he gon' make it as I question myself. Stuck in the same position, I'm depressing myself. I tell him do a little better, you gon' get your shit together. In reality, I need to learn that lesson myself. I pray I make it with this rap shit. In the position I'm living what I imagine. See, that's what happened when you dream more often than you sleep and start to think about all the ways you're gonna change the game. Rapping in front of the sink, I looked up in the mirror. The end of the year is near and every day seem like it's ending quicker. No time to second guess these seconds passing, people passing away and getting sick of shit. One of my co-workers ain't wake up today. She worked her whole life to eat and keep the motherfucking lights on. Irony, she worked for the people that cut them off. Ain't no room to drink cause the system will cut them off. With this new cost of living, shit, it shouldn't be no cost of living. This wonderful world, man, but that's just my thoughts. These slaves getting paid, nigga, we lost.
I spit feelings that soar over brick buildings. I know the feeling of the whole world against me.
Sometimes I sit back with a Buddha sack.
I subdue the microphone and left it in submission. I ain't made for time or age. I know the feeling of the whole world against me.
Sometimes I sit back with a Buddha sack, minds in another world, thinking how can we exist through the facts.
I don't sleep much.
Really? Me either. I have too much stuff going on in my head.
Just ride. Come on, now just ride. Fucking with melodies and samples from the 70s. That golden era hippie got it sounding kinda heavenly. They messing with me heavily and calling me to go. Got your girlfriend turning all my lyrics into quotes. I mean, damn, gotta be a sin to be this good. I be the kid from the birds, but they bumping in the hoods, blowing backwoods. I hope they burning slow to all my jams. This be a fuck you to all you backstabbing hams. The people that overlook me for granted, they always took me. Where were you when I was sinking with fishes? You playing hooky, now I'm gone. I'm trying to right my wrongs, but it's funny them same wrongs help me write the song. Now 16 already doper than the legends, but I pay 'em much respect because they taught me many lessons. Smoke the cess and wicked lesson, all the stressing that I'm under, man. No wonder why my homie smoking one blunt after another. Because I'm trying to make change in this world, but it's hard to maintain in this world. Lot of fucking hate in this world, but I'm trying to bring love. Trying to do the same thing that Pop did for thugs. Trying to represent the city, hold it down for the glove. Trying to be there for my mom whenever time's getting rough. Family problems, they at the hottest during holidays. Supposed to be jolly, but it's more like melancholy days. It's got me in the spotty phase and got my mother crying. Sick and tired, being sick and tired of my people dying. I ain't lying when I say that I'm the illest with the rhyming. When I sign up with the rock and make the crowd throw up diamonds. And I heard him say, nothing's ever promised tomorrow today. So I turn on my headphones as I vibe away. Forever go to making music and tidal waves. Yeah, and I heard him say, nothing's ever promised tomorrow today. So I turn up my headphones as I vibe away. Forever go to making music and tidal waves. Sitting back, I close my eyes as I reminisce. Writing deadly rhymes, know my vibes hella venomous. Can't learn all these sentences, these rappers steady mimicking. My words freestyle, still better than your writtens, kid. I be the super dope, malicious, never fragilist. These niggas want my skills, but I feel they can handle it. They need some candles lit, because I'm putting them in bandages. If your career is building, and I take a plane and crashing it, I'm never having it, I never had shit, I'm hungry. I do this for the love, but on top of that, the money. All these dummies act like puppets, they control to the game. They doing anything for some fame to their name. Insane, cause all my favorite rappers never turn it out right. I heard Ja Rule got a show like a housewife. He never catch me slipping, I will never trust these women. Nah, man, you will never catch me slipping. I've been illin' with the pen till the ink in my pen bursts. It's always been a fact, my lines colder than December. Summer to winter, I eat these rappers like my dinner. I'm loyal to the game, you niggas stay up on Tinder. That last line was only made for the punches. Every time I come around, all these dudes straight ducking. To get up on my level, it takes years just to touch it. This shit is like a finger roll, I'm Michael Jordan dunking. Extraordinary, I'm Portobello, I eat 'em up. Here to bring the ruckus, if I feel that you don't bring enough, man, I beat 'em up. I'm Holly Holmes, see your body bold flows more sicker than a nigga with a snotty nose. Ayy, and I heard him say, ayy, nothing's ever promised tomorrow today. So I turn on my headphones as I vibe away. Forever go to making music and tidal waves. Ayy, ayy, everybody say, nothing's ever promised tomorrow today. So I turn on my headphones as I vibe away. Forever golden in this bitch, there's no time to waste. Hey, everybody rock.
Yo, welcome back to WLVS Radio. Tune into the open bar.
Salute.
Salute. Dave is rocking our shirt. You can order them shirts online at openbartuesdays@gmail.com. Part of the proceeds to benefit the Congress projects. Congress Heights Project.
Yes, the Congress Park Project. I'm glad
Congress
you mentioned
Park
it.
Project. Where is it located?
What's going on up there?
So Congress Park is 1301 Congress, or 13th Place Southeast. It's at the intersection of Congress Street and 13th Place. And it is right behind the Congress Heights Metro Center. Are you guys familiar with that area?
Across the street from it, right?
It's actually right behind.
I used to live over there on 33rd
Metro.
Street.
So you know what I'm talking about.
Right.
And so
that was my first apartment. I stayed there for 30 days.
A combination of things. You are so silly.
I did.
A combination of things are happening right there. One, that is the actual building that my mom, that's on my birth certificate when my mom gave birth to me. So that's my address of my residence of birth.
I know a group of people that want to, move out to Southeast and want to purchase land in Southeast.
Well, tell them to stay where they are. That's another conversation for.
Hold on.
That's coming next on the
good
complaint.
gentrifiers.
Good gentrifiers. You know what? I want to tell them more about the Congress Park project, and then we could talk about the good gentrifiers on the comp plan.
Good
that just happened today. But it's on my mom's birthday, so I'm excited because I want to have this event to dedicate this community back to just kind of rededicate this community. We're going to put books and art and have music and entertainment.
You'll call it the Ivy League.
The Ivy League, right? We want to put get kids backpacks to go back to school, kids haircuts because it's right before school time, and we're going to be leaving actual books. Like we created a free library where we're going to put the books in the community, as well as non-perishable food in the shelves, like tuna fish and things like that, because there are kids really walking these streets that are just one meal away from making a bad decision.
Right.
Oh,
And
wow.
so that's a way to curb hunger. We're partnering up with the Green Scheme, Don't Mute My Health, to put health and wellness back into these communities because it's hard to function right when you're not,
when you're not eating right.
when you're
you're
not
hungry.
eating
Yeah.
well.
When you're not eating at all, should I say?
And so the Congress Park Project has so many levels to what we're trying to accomplish, from violence interruption and prevention to really stabilizing homes and families, and not just making sure they have a food to put on the table, but a table to put food on.
Wow.
Wow.
That's beautiful. So I hope we raise a lot of money. You guys, we got $5 right now.
Come on,
if
yes.
y'all can help us, we want to raise at least $5,000
Yes.
by January.
Absolutely.
On my birthday, we want to write a check to the Congress
Park
Park Project.
Yes.
And the Ivy League. We trying to do
I love it. I'm telling my mom you named it after her,
I'm
too.
mad he said on my birthday.
On his
You
birthday.
might as well have said address it to Hot Ron, your
Hot
neighbor.
Ron itself.
But,
and I'll
he,
take
he
10%.
completely missed over the 8/31 date.
Yeah,
It's
you can-
August 31st.
You can cash app it to Hot Ron.
Not
Well, we trying to make 5,000. We've been trying to. We had this sold $5 for the last 2 years. So I figured about.
So we need to erase some funding.
We need to
for
raise
this.
that. Yo,
Another hot thing that's happening. I know the last time I came here, it was the Tuesday before the Democrats debate. Have you guys talked about that? Like, get a chance to
no,
talk
we
about
haven't
that?
been here.
Yeah, so two people that stood out was Kamala Harris and Elizabeth Warren, who are both my candidates of choice. Warren is, the top of the list.
But is
on that.
America ready for a woman president?
That's the question that everyone asks. But is America ready for Trump, or were they ready for Trump?
Trump about to get reelected.
they were
again.
definitely ready for him.
I mean,
They were ready for him. They wanted him.
White boy.
I'm gonna just say what it is. Trump about to get reelected again.
My thing is this. I think so too. And I tell you like this. The country already spoke. They told you they let a black man and an idiot become president before they let a woman.
Wow.
Anyway, shout out to Kamala and Elizabeth Warren for running for incredible debates.
Yeah, I mean the only thing
She did an excellent
the only
job.
thing that makes me nervous is that because the Democrats it's so many running, 24 of them running, that means it's so divided that you make room for him to actually win again.
And that's a part of the
That's true.
democracy. Now, that part right there in itself,
24 people?
The beautiful thing about our democracy is that it opens the door up for people who meet the qualifications to participate. And you want that to happen, right? The challenge is there's this whole Democratic primary in advance of the runoff and selecting a candidate for the Democratic Party, which does give the incumbent the leg up. So
Exactly, because with the Bernie and Hillary thing, a lot of Bernie supporters did not cross over and vote for Hillary.
They were mad, yeah.
They didn't vote at all.
And the funny thing is, I voted for Bernie in the primary, and now he has nothing to say to me, or I have nothing to say to him about him. But
Because
why you say he has nothing to say to you?
well, so
She talked about
I'm
that
not going to
after.
do anything for the African
Bernie,
American
but see,
community.
Bernie is running on the leverage of him being a freedom fighter, which nothing to take away from that. And then you say in your face, you don't know what we mean by reparations. Like, I mean, you don't know what we mean.
Okay, so here's what I think. What we have to understand about Bernie, I think that Bernie is saying, I don't need to answer that question. Y'all want me to answer that right now openly?
Yeah.
But it's going to set me back with people I need to snatch from over in Trump's land.
No.
You know what I'm saying? And so he's thinking of the long run that I got y'all. And not taking it for granted, but to say that
I'm not giving any more benefits of the doubt. Sorry,
No,
we're not
I'm
getting
with you.
any more
I'm with
free
you. I
passes.
understand that, but at the end of the day,
And besides,
in order
Bernie's an
to win,
independent. Why he's running Democrat?
Here's
Exactly, 'cause
here's
he's
also
an
the thing.
independent and
here's
not a
also-
Democrat.
Here's also the thing I'm starting to see. There's a reason why Trump got in the White House.
Why is that?
We know that.
No. I'm just saying.
Bernie and Hillary, that division
it's
right
not
there.
even that. It's not even that. You also have to look at the message that a lot of these people have talked. It's a slow process. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying that we can all say that, they just, the country isn't ready for women, blah, blah, blah. One, you got a million candidates running. They really aren't that different when you go down the line in terms of their views. Two, a lot of people, where's the moderate voices at?
The DNC
Where's
is
the
going to pick a
moderate?
candidate. I mean, this is the way. One, you
You have to appeal to some of them places, and that's one thing Trump was able to do.
Well,
you have to start
think about it.
You have
Think
to,
about it.
You have
Trump,
to start appealing to some of those places.
Right, he's not even an honest Christian, right?
Oh,
But,
I
but,
mean,
but,
that's
but hold
just-
on, but hold on, hold on.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is that, but he was able to say, I stand with no abortions, right? So that for a lot of people was the deciding factor. Like
I know that, and we all know that's bullshit.
Like exactly, he doesn't even care.
I think that's
but,
what I
but,
agree. I
but
agree.
a lot of people voted with him.
How many abortions?
Just because
he said
because
that made the
because
statement.
he
Period.
stands with it.
But my thing is,
So he can just say whatever he wants to say.
And that's what any
people,
candidate.
People say Hillary and Bernie's whole mess up put Trump. What I think got Trump in office, like you said, abortion for one, gay marriage for one.
Yep.
What else got him in office?
What Marion Wright
And the
said
reason
something
why-
that was
and
so
the re- and
profound.
The reason why I say these particular things got him in office is because the people who there's probably more people who stand up for this stuff, but they're not voting. They're not standing. They're not coming out. They're not doing their part.
What Marion Wright
argue-
said
I
was
would
that was about his slogan. You know,
would-
is that America has become very catchphrasy, and his "Make America Great Again" slogan was a big part of kind of captivating an audience. And so that was her point. I think that it was some interesting.
I think it has a play on that.
We become very slogan go along-ish.
It's not just a slogan, but like the fact we talk about. Let's talk about Hillary. One, they had a head start on Hillary 8 years in advance. They already knew what was going on, so they was able to start in advance with her.
And he's campaigning right
and
now.
Bernie, we love him. But a lot of people aren't ready for a lot of those policies. You just got to call it
that's
what
what
it is.
that's what I was going to say.
And even with that, the Democrats at the end of the day, when it was all said and done, they were divided down the middle. Like you were saying earlier, there was a lot of Bernie supporters that didn't even get off their ass. And then what
because
Bernie said,
because they didn't like trust Hillary. They didn't like Hillary. But I'm saying, like
and
Ron
for
was
that
saying,
reason,
you get the common people by saying I'm with no abortions and I'm against the gay marriage thing, and we're gonna reverse this stuff, right? And then you get the powerful people with the money because he started deregulating all of the banking industry and all that because those guys was making so much money. Obama shut all that stuff down, right? After he did the bailouts and all that. So what I'm saying is that Trump was able to, which I want to bring my point back to the Bernie thing, is Trump was able to create such an alliance with so many different groups. Like Bernie is saying, if I say the reparations thing, I'm putting myself into another place where you lose people automatically.
you're going to lose people automatically.
And so
it
he automatically gives them over to Trump or no vote.
I'm sorry, I can't agree with you guys on that, but I do want to transition really quickly before my time is up and talk about this weekend is the it's a really important weekend. It's the last bite of Chocolate City, and it's curated by D. Dwyer. So that's a good question. DC used
to be Chocolate City,
and that's why this exhibit is so
The
important
Last
because
Bite.
she's been doing a very great job with her photojournalism, documenting African American and Black culture. And so her walkthrough exhibit is on Friday from 6 to 9 at the Congress Heights Arts and Cultural Center. And then on Sunday, it's like a block party, like recreating a day in a Black neighborhood with hopscotch, double dutch, the fire hydrant.
Who here can double dutch?
Oh, they're going to put the fire hydrant out.
That's a part of her goal, and then Black Alley's gonna be there on Sunday, so I'm gonna be co-hosting that event with her, and so it's super important for me too because this is like my sandbox. We went to middle school together,
Who
and
here can double dutch?
I'm gonna relearn double dutch.
I can't no more.
I never have before.
I don't think it was my thing. I was more of a rollerblader, BMXer, more running track, basketball. I would cheerlead for only 2 weeks. I was like, this is not my life here. I'm gonna have to find a new.
So you was a tomboy.
I was the tomboy.
I thought you was America's Next Top Model.
That happened after the tomboy phase. Top Model came when I went to undergrad.
Y'all didn't know that. She tried out for America's Next Top Model. She made the top 200.
What you saying? Try it out, like
I did.
She made the top 200.
Like, we did. We made it made it pretty far in the rounds too, and we didn't go all the way to the house, but it was a fun experience.
How are some of them people?
And before I go, the last bite of Chocolate City makes really good. It ties directly into what's happening with the city's comprehensive plan, and I don't know how much you guys know about that, but it's every city has one, and it's really making the decisions today, laying the framework for what's going to happen in the next 20 years in this city. And so that the first markup was today. I had a chance to pop in and listen in on that. And the winners from this comp plan that really dove in about ensuring that people are not displaced was Councilmember Ward 1, Brianna Doe, and the at-large councilwoman, Alyssa Silverman. You know, so you're saying the country's not ready for women, but women are really essentially saving the world right now. If you look at every level of policy from so the new wave that went into Congress and the Senate, and then now you have women saving the city.
But that's not the rest of the world is not accepting.
That's the same thing you can say about.
Listen, when you see what happens with this comprehensive plan, I mean, we've been working on this for at least 2 years now. So shout out to everybody out there that provided resolution and testimony. They really are. But this is a significant document. We had a group that did a resolution
Sometimes
on
you
this.
just gotta swallow your pride.
You know what?
Hey, listen, hold on. I think that women are going to be an instrumental factor in helping everybody because this is the thing. Like this is the thing.
Women are standing.
Women are standing up boldly, saying all this stuff real loud. But the thing is, I think these men who go with them are finding it in this Me Too time, right? They're finding it hard to go back at them like they would go back at a guy. So it's really they're getting somewhat of some free passes because.
But you got to understand,
those old guys don't know how to navigate those.
But did you see? Okay, Kamala's strategy.
The biggest thing is you got to look at right now. Why did Trump have 20% women vote?
Yep.
Oh, first of all, white women. Let's be clear.
It don't matter.
It don't
matter.
Let me tell you why it matters.
White women are the majority in this country.
Can I finish?
Women don't want to see another woman get ahead.
Let me tell you why it matters. Okay, let me tell you why it matters because most of these women are dependent on their white husbands.
That's right.
In their household.
And when you think that vote is going to change?
And wait, after that Women's March session, I believe so.
No. Their husband, they still want a place to live. They like that comfortable lifestyle they live.
But they don't have to go make an announcement about
it. We gotta get ready to go to correct. But before
it's easier to announce it. It's easier to march than to vote.
Before we go, we know women are very important, just like the women in the Bible. Mary Magdalene, Mary, all those other people. You know, there was great hoes in the Bible, so you were in good company. So we be.
I'm not saying this.
Jezebel.
We'll be right back. Give us a call, 202-656-1 bar. Salud.
Commander, just what do you hope to accomplish? Supposing you get beyond the stratosphere, what will man have gained?
Well, we'll know a little more. Be a little less ignorant about the universe and our place in it.
Don't you think that first we ought to find out what's wrong with our own world? Why give the whole universe the benefit of our ignorance?
Step up, then please chill, please chill, please chill, please chill, please chill, please chill.
you find up there that's worth so much?
Perhaps the new world, the better world they're all talking about. Oh, I know that some people can't understand. You don't see it either, do you?
Well, I can't say I agree with you, if that's what you mean.
I'm longing to see. I hope that she turns out to be someone who'd walk over me.
Confusion, I'm confusing my own thoughts and aggression. I ain't never been the type to try to impress them. I'm the type to chunk deuces if I don't see a progression. They use sex as a weapon, I see my sex as a blessing. And I'm 100 on the Richter in case you asking a question. He either love me or he don't, shit, I ain't doing no guessing. He asks me where my emotions, I tell him sunken in ocean. I hear the dumbest approaches when the truth is satisfactory. And actually, I'd rather we do this and kinda casually. It'd have to be, I wanna know exactly what you asking me. I was schooled by the G's, the staff and the faculty. So you playing me, it won't happen, it's not happening. You searching for the best, but they won't come after me. And live ever after, but you won't live happily. Your files ain't safe cause you quick scan McAfee. Like giving us a chance won't disguise my apathy.
If you got somebody, say you got somebody. Lonely but tonight, say you got some probably. And I got some probably, and you got somebody. Lonely but tonight, you done got some probably. If you got somebody, say you got somebody. Lonely but tonight, say you got some probably. And I got some probably, and you got somebody. Lonely but tonight, you done got some probably.
I'm kinda looking for a lover who can finish my sentence. Contentious arguments will spread a field of resentment. And expect that I'll be home because it's dark in the winters. And feel emasculated cause I rock with his gender. And he knows I keep him close because it showed when I picked him. And he listens when we kick it cause he knows that it's wisdom. And it's not that I don't care, I just can't play a priority. And the ones I don't believe, they be a major majority. I wasn't always the stoic, guess it came with maturity. And I show you how I feel and you can show me it orally. Take it how you wanna take it, you can look at me horribly. They gon' make a story so and say I'm acting immorally. And my purpose on this earth won't let me follow authority. And some men in their attempts and their intentions be boring me. Pretentious in a sense and even more and importantly, your opinion ain't offensive, I've been mentioned historically.
If you got somebody, say you got somebody. Lonely but tonight, say you got some probably. And I got some probably, and you got somebody. Lonely but tonight, you done got some probably. If you got somebody, say you got somebody. Lonely but tonight, say you got some probably. And I got some probably, and you got somebody. Lonely but tonight, you done got some probably. If you got somebody, say you got somebody. Lonely but tonight, say you got some probably. And I got some probably, and you got somebody. Lonely but tonight, you done got some probably. If you got somebody, say you got somebody. Lonely but tonight, say you got some probably. And I got some probably, and you got somebody. Lonely but tonight, you done got some probably. Some probably, somebody. Lonely but tonight, you done got some probably. Somebody, probably. You done got some probably.
Shift tonight, huh?
Yeah, I don't sleep. I sort of like being awake when everyone else is sleeping, you know? Gives me...
Eagle. It's like, yo, welcome back to WLVS Radio.
You rained.
I'm gonna break you.
Tune into the open bar. Salute.
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 Still sipping on that
We sipping on the
pure Hennessy white.
Straight out of Trinidad.
This right here is Hooch.
Hey,
from Carolina.
I know we talked about it real quick, but I just want to say, man, your pictures not only that, I want to see that place. I want to go to Trinidad.
My pictures made you do that?
But no, the pictures look
Let's
great.
go to Carnival.
We
February.
should all go. But somebody told me that, honestly, I swear, I got a statement, an inbox from nobody I've never met. Somebody been following me on Facebook. I don't know who this person is. They said, you should be a blogger, a travel blogger. Because, I did my DR trip, and then I did this trip, and I did New York. Mm-hmm. And they I really made them want to go. I was like, what did I do besides look great and fabulous? I was just joking.
You look like you were having fun though, man. It was cool. I want to go to Trinidad. Trinidad seems like a place to go.
But Trinidad is not turn up, but it was
Carnival is turn up.
Carnival, where I went, you got to make sure you go during Carnival. But where the time I was there was so peaceful.
Chill,
it was
relax.
just so it was like meditation. It was awesome. It was
Were you meditating, Ron?
I tried.
You know who your next song?
I do. I love to meditate. I'm really. If you
whose legs
me,
was you between?
if you notice me now, I'm in this whole spiritual peace Zen thing. Zen, and I'm trying to be. I cut a lot of friends off. Okay. I've done a lot of
I'm telling you, I can see them, and you look refreshed.
Like he had a nap.
Vibrant, yeah. Like
you cut them off and they cut you off. That's why you got some money.
However,
one way or the other.
The ones you owe money, you cut them off. Huh?
Right, you don't know me.
And went traveling.
That's why he got disposable income.
In my new house, nobody would know where I live. My house is way off in the road.
I do have
a
question. What is your next trip?
Okay, hold on.
Can I make
Let's not get lost in that. I just wanted to say I want to go.
Can I make a next?
I'm going to Cabo.
Go to Curacao.
Carousel.
You guys, we all going for my birthday, right? In January.
Carousel, but they're kind of racist over there.
When I went, it wasn't racist. I mean, it's Dutch Virgin. It's the Dutch Virgin Islands. Most people tend to go to Aruba.
Yeah,
Aruba is hella expensive. Curacao
is not as expensive.
Not as expensive,
and it's not as many tourists.
Exactly.
So it's nice.
I think it's nicer because it isn't as touristy, as Aruba is.
Okay.
But it's still it's a really beautiful island. I went years and years and years ago, and I'm gonna be honest, man, it was nice out there.
That's what's up. And speaking of love, we got the love guru in the building himself here every Tuesday night, right here. Tell us what's on your mind, PD.
What we talking about tonight?
Hey, we're gonna talk about the single thing that got my book banned from Ron's church. I sold probably 13 books at Ron's church.
And then they burned them?
No, but let me tell you.
And they was like, give them back.
No, let me tell you. He killed. His sermon, people, it was nobody sitting down. Everybody was standing up, shouting, crying. Because your sermon was about, in your, what was it? Your moment? Not moment. Trust the process.
Yeah.
Trust the process. It was bad. Doubt you, brother. You preached that.
Trust the process. Yeah, everybody. So they was like, "Oh, this is a great preacher. This is a great." So they were buying my book on love, sex, and relationships. But of course,
they read the book.
They didn't know. Then they read the book, and I know one chapter that I'm sure got me banned was the chapter on masturbation, where I gave when I read it now, it was a glorious endorsement of masturbation. I didn't mean to be snapping it I didn't mean to make it seem like go at home and masturbate, right? But but my whole, but this is the thing though. I'll say this: I have people call me and hit me even today, right? And they'll tell me, people who read my book, particularly intellectuals, they be saying stuff like, "You're really smart," right? The book is written as a guide. It's a teaching book. It's supposed to
guide on how to masturbate.
Well, not how to masturbate. No, it's a teaching book to teach you about insights. Okay. Things, give you clarification on things that seem to be ambiguous in you when we have regular conversations. So in masturbation, we can talk about that tonight. And what I did was I made the case for masturbation, and some of the reasons were one of them was what Dave mentioned was, what do you say to the male or the female who is living, say a Christian life, right? And trying to live by these principles of no sex without marriage, right? And they're never getting married. Because once you hit 45 and then 46 and then 47, you start being I might be just good for the rest of my life like I am. You know what I'm saying? Like what am I going to do?
So it's 47 too. Wendy just broke that spell. How old is Wendy again?
54. Oh, yeah, no. We're not saying that you can't get married. What I'm saying is that there are people who know that they're not going to get married. Ultimately, they're not. So do they never get to have sex?
Hell no.
You know. Also, I'll say this. Here's number 2. Masturbation has incredible health benefits because there's a health benefit to you having a healthy sexuality or a healthy relationship with your sexuality.
That's true. If you don't use it,
and
you lose it.
It's as simple as this. Women who don't have periods,
it's true.
The doctors say that's not a healthy thing.
No.
So they will give you something that will trigger the cycle process in your body because it's
So you still have the
for
hormones
you to have.
reacting.
You need to have that cycle. You know what I'm saying? Because it's something. It's a health benefit to it. And same thing with masturbation because no one is necessarily going to have that much sex per se. But like,
so blue
of course,
balls is dangerous.
Hell yeah. Shit. Anything blue on your body besides the blood in your veins is dangerous.
You know?
So you got banned because you're teaching people how to masturbate.
Well,
and the only reason why the blood in your body is blue
saying
because they don't got no oxygen.
Masturbation should not be outlawed. And what I did was before I got to the reasons why you should masturbate,
Not
was like
outlawed. If you mean frowned upon.
Huh?
You just said masturbation shouldn't be outlawed.
It shouldn't be.
Shouldn't.
It's not outlawed, is it?
No, it's outlawed in Christianity.
Oh.
Anything not of husband and wife. Man
Yeah,
and
exactly.
woman is-
And so Christians go. So I was gonna say before I got to the principles of why we probably should embrace masturbation. Before I got to that, I kind of did a whole dissertation about. I dispelled some of the scriptures that Christians try to use to say you can't masturbate, and what we came to the conclusion was that none of those no scripture in the Bible is actually talking about a prohibition against masturbation. It's just not in the Bible. There's no scripture that says that. People will take certain scriptures and try to use them, but they're not actually about masturbation.
You've been doing that with the Bible for years, man.
Huh?
You've been doing that with religion for years.
You know, absolutely.
That's true.
Absolutely. So, but when you understand that it has, it's a stress reliever,
Amen.
that it has physiological health benefits. When you know that it is an
So does sex and cuddling.
It's an option. Yeah, it's an option for people who. Well, see, this is the thing. It's not just an option for those who can't, because people can get sex, right? But somebody might not want to be casually sleeping around.
Right.
So if you don't want to casually sleep around, and you some
you
people
got a high
have
sex
a high
drive.
sex drive.
Ron doesn't mind.
And she might be
I don't
mad
like
at you
casual
tonight.
sitting around.
You know, you still got to get yours off. You know what I'm saying?
There was
I don't like casual sleeping around.
my
I just
dad-
like to sleep around every day.
My dad said something.
Not casually, though.
My dad
Without
said,
the same person.
My dad said something years ago, and he's like,
Oh, Lord,
you know,
that dad. He didn't know that was- he's
old
God.
man. Old man Chitty said
Stevie
something
J.
a few years ago, and he said the reason why we got all these mass shootings. If you read the manifesto of these dudes, they couldn't get no girls, they couldn't get no loving, they couldn't get none of this. If you make it legal, you wouldn't have no problem. Just like in Canada, you can go get a tug and pull for $30. Why can't they bring that shit down here? That's my dad's voice.
Tug and pull. What's
Absolutely.
a tug and pull?
So
Figure it out.
that's
happy
prostitution.
ending. Oh.
My dad.
Well,
But,
my grandma just says a poor rat they only had one hole to crawl in. I'm gonna leave it at that. What were you saying?
Whoa, wait a minute.
Well, this is the thing. I also stated there's a study done by, I want to say it was
How much?
It may have been Duke University, but it was a study that talked about to get the most out of your sexuality, and you have a sexuality like you have a personality, and all those. You have a sexuality. To get the most out of it, a person needs to have on average about 200 orgasms in 365 days.
Wow.
To get the most out of it,
Because that include like maybe if you have sex 4 times a day too. So
Yeah,
you don't have
whatever.
to be-
It doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be every day, but
Yeah,
200
every day.
times, a minimum of 200.
yeah, I mean on average,
Well, can I ask a question?
So
to
if
the group?
you get the 150, you in the ballpark.
Can I ask a question to the group, especially to the woman and if this offends you, you can not answer, or you can say, "Shut up, Ron." Hot Ron.
Shut up, Ron.
But are you offended?
advance.
Are you offended if a man had let's say y'all
He
had
masturbates
sex?
in
Not
front
that
of
you
you?
had sex before, but if you did have sex, I don't want to put her business out there. So, but not that you had sex.
Little
before, I'm not
Virgin
saying
Mary
that.
in here.
But let's say you had sex. Y'all have sex, and then for him to come, he masturbates. Like y'all go for about an hour, then he have to masturbate to come. Would you get mad?
Probably every time. If it was every time, she might start feeling some kind of way. Like
That's
I
a
can't
definite-
please you.
You plead the fifth?
Because women would feel like that.
Go around
I
the corner.
mean, I'm just
I went.
thinking objectively here, because that's definitely something that's interesting to think about.
I'm sorry.
I don't know if you would be offended. I think that perhaps you will probably realize that your chemistry may be off together.
Or maybe he just needs more
maybe
than
he just want
you.
to see the stuff on your body.
Does he put it on her afterwards?
These are questions that I am not. I don't
You're
know.
not crazy.
Ron would have the details to this story.
I'm just asking the question.
Hey,
listen,
Ron is over here making up a story.
And I think I can speak for men. I would get offended if a woman have to masturbate to come.
Well, this is the
Offended?
thing. Well,
I'm not gonna say offended.
What most women need to understand is that a lot of women do that, right?
Right
They
after
actually don't
sex?
come during intercourse. A lot of women don't have a. That's why I love. Watch that.
This is what I say about the chemistry, right? Because when you have chemistry, you are paying more. You are paying attention to your partner's energy versus you pay attention to your own self. Does that make sense? Like, intimacy is really about pleasing the other person, and a lot of times you'll find that folks are having very selfish sex that doesn't include intimacy.
Most of that's youngins. But
That's not necessarily mostly.
Nah, I mean, older people have selfish sex, but the thing
about
it is, if you holding out, you being selfish too. Because if you could have came in the first 10 seconds and then you held out,
no, because your chemistry, your body's gonna tell you if that person's really into you versus they're just having sex. That is a real thing. If you're not really into pleasing your partner, it's going to show up in you having to.
Well, that's why I think
yourself.
sex doesn't only just start with the actual penetration. Sex should start with the whole foreplay of the
everything.
mind. Like when you get somebody's mind.
I covered that in How to Make Love to a Woman. Right?
You did.
Yeah.
Because what happens today?
Finish your statement. Yeah.
No, I was just saying what you were saying that like when you get to somebody, like when somebody have my mind or it's a whole different.
It don't take a whole lot, right?
Then I probably
just have drop his drawers.
Right.
It don't take a whole lot. Period.
But the other thing
$20 in a blunt.
But I think the biggest thing. I'm sorry, Pastor. I didn't mean to cut you off. But I just want to reiterate that is that I feel like if you want to be, I think you should be focusing on being intimate with your partner, really engage in their body and their body movement and their body language and their love language.
So, Pastor, what does intimate mean? It's not just we're not just talking about sex. Are we talking about like?
Yeah, well, I mean, I think that what Sharice was describing with intimacy is a connection, right? Like on a soulish level with your souls, like there's a connection, and that connection can be built out of attraction to personality. It could be admiration. So that connection can be built out of a lot of different things. There's a lot of different, like you see cells that intertwine like this. It's different things that create that cord of connection between a person.
Yeah.
You can admire a person for their drive, for their passion. You can admire them for their humility. You can admire them for their comedy. Like black people like you because you make them laugh, so that they make you their friend, even though they would normally hang around you. I had to give it to you.
Oh, he just throwing
no,
shots.
I'm messing with you. But I'm saying different things make people attracted to you, right? And
Right.
so those things create a connection. If you have a connection, that's what you would call intimacy. It's a connection, and it's hard to always describe what it is because it's multiple things that make a person. Now, the more things that are there that make a person connected to you, the easier it is to flow into things. Because you know how the Bible says that love covers a multitude of sins, and then in sports they say winning cures everything. Like no matter what you did throughout the season, if we win, it don't even matter how many mistakes you made, how many plays you missed, how many assignments you didn't do. You know what I'm saying? If you graduate from college, it don't matter, you know what I'm saying, how many, how crazy it was along in the journey. Because it's the same way with a connection. When you got a connection, people are not as meticulous. They're not combing through you. But once that connection is broken or you're not connected to the person, it's easy to pick out all of their flaws and magnify all the negative things. But
and here's another piece to
connection
that.
covers that.
Another piece of this that we often overlook is bad energy. Okay, and if you are an adult over the age of 30, you've had a number of partners. And what we don't realize is that those partners leave behind.
You never seen 40-year-old virgin then, huh?
Oh gosh, come on. But seriously, those partners are leaving behind whatever baggage
energy.
they're
Wow,
packing or
that's
have
true.
been packing. And so all we're doing now is transferring energy. And so that's why I feel like women especially and men as well need to be very particular about who you're giving your bodies to, because
So how do you explain that in a poly situation?
well, so
That's
one,
good energy.
So one, you need to here's my recommendation in regards to that. You need to sage your home, and any person that's coming in, before they come in,
Take your shoes off. Don't bring your
Sage
shoes
them.
in my house.
I feel like you need to talk. You need to have these kinds of. My point is, you
bring that
need to
energy in my
have
house.
these
I
kind
get
of
you.
conversations. You need to talk about, find out really where this person is connected with themselves on a spiritual level, because we
Listen,
don't. We overlook that far too often.
Okay, so I thought you were going somewhere else.
We'll go where you thought I was going. Go ahead,
No, I thought she was going somewhere else.
Well, go where we thought.
But
Go where you thought I was going to go.
I would respectfully disagree
Okay.
with the notion, because of what the precedent that sets, and I've heard that before many times about having partners. You're transferring spirits and transferring things like that. I don't agree with that.
Okay.
That's not because when you say it that way, you say it as if because of the sex you're transferring the spirit.
You are.
Listen, you can go to school with somebody. Our kids in the classroom with a kid every single day. They're transferring energy.
That's also true.
So what I'm saying is that it's not something special with sex that's transferring energy.
Yes, it is.
I'm saying that I thought you were going to say that a person has energy, period. So when you meet them, as you get older, you should learn to read energy, period, in general. So I'm saying I don't think you should connect the transferring of energy with spirit, with sex. I mean,
with sex, yeah.
You don't think we should, and I respectfully
because
you're
people
entitled.
always do that, and again. You make it seem like because this is what people use to feed this fear about sex, and sexuality, that, you having sex with different people, you're picking up all of their spirits and whatnot. You picking up your mama's bad spirit. Sometimes when she passing you bad habits, you picking up all kinds of generational things that are spirits, and it had nothing to do with sex.
You're trying to make it as if these things cannot all coexist. So we're all transferring
but what I'm saying,
energy.
it wasn't
from the sex.
But there's a very direct connection to intimacy. You're especially for women, because nothing is going.
That's
this a scientific fact?
That's also
especially going into the receiver, because there are male receivers as well.
Again,
so
I'm gonna say this. Now, what you're saying is, I've heard people say this a lot. Before,
you don't have to agree with it. I'm letting you know that it's very real.
No, well, listen. What I'm
so
saying.
be careful about who you're allowing to be in your intimate space.
About saying the
I'm quarterbacking. I ain't receiving shit.
I think it's just important. It's just important not to put more stigma on sex, because the problem is that, again, see.
I'm not stigma. I'm saying to be aware of who you're giving your body to.
It's a stigma, but I'm saying the way you're saying it though adds more stigma to sex. And what I'm saying is that people are already afraid.
There should be.
I'm gonna say this. I agree with you. We want to be careful about adding stigma to sex, but it's something I was told a long time ago. Don't bring everybody into your house. You can't bring everybody into your house. Take away the physical part of it.
Yeah, but that's the point that I'm making.
So the house is the vagina. That's what you're saying.
No, just in general.
That too.
The energy.
It's like this. I can't invite. I'm a positive person. I can't deal with people that
are always negative
energy.
Always
your
negative,
ass
got
always
issues, etc. On top of etc.
Absolutely.
I can only do so much. So let's separate the sex part from it. I agree.
Period.
We don't want to slap. I agree with you.
Well, that's the point I was just trying to make.
Yeah.
To her point was I was just trying to clarify that you don't want to attach the stigma to sex, that it's like it's the sex doing it, because again, people are sexually oppressed, which I feel like is a lot of the reason why we are socially dysfunctional.
Wow.
People not liking themselves, people feeling insecure about themselves, feeling like they're not enough, like they're not acceptable, and then they turn to sex as a shortcut or quick way, when sex shouldn't be used as the way to get attention or the way to get somebody to say you're okay. You know what I'm saying? Your tribe is supposed to surround you with that much confidence and support to where you know you're good, you're confident. So then you can be picky about who you're giving sex to and all that. But people are more are more subject to being loose and being wild because they're using sex as a drug to either numb them from one thing or to bring certain attention to themselves.
And that's why I posted a statement that just came in my head. It said, you should until you love you should always love yourself first. That way you know what you deserve. And a lot of people don't love themselves, and so then they allow other things to be a part. And so, I was probably, I'm gonna be honest, I probably was one who used to be that way at one time. I didn't really know my
up until 2 weeks ago.
I didn't know my worth
until we started traveling.
So let's be clear. Let's be clear, okay? You should be picky about who you're sleeping with.
That's the thing. What we just said. What I'm saying is, you should be picky. But I'm saying once you love yourself and pick yourself first, and then you will find the right person, or these people will come. You'll know what deserve you or what you can accept.
No one.
So then you wouldn't have to be picky.
No one can love you like yourself.
So basically, this describes my whole life's mission, really, as a minister, as a man, period. And that is, to be a part of the restoration of whole individuals. You know what I'm saying? People who are solid individuals. You know what I'm saying? Because people need some basic building blocks just to be a solid man, a solid woman in the day and time that you're living. You know what I'm saying? The hard part is that we're always looking back to people who lived and had this solid life in the 70s and 60s, and it's like you can't do nothing with that. You're living right now.
Stop looking at other people's life and measuring yours.
Which is a hard thing. It's a difficult thing to do.
You know what? And I want to big you up before we close. Before
Definitely
we have
big
to
up
go.
the pastor.
No, I'm gonna do this because we don't do this enough for you. Because you are a man of your word. Like you are. You definitely. Whenever speaking with you. You're always in a safe zone. You can talk to you about anything.
Anything.
You're not judgmental. You don't push your belief, but you push what you believe is right.
Yeah.
I mean, you push what you believe will help you. That's what I want to say.
Absolutely.
So I have to say that there's not too many people who like you. You're just a genuine person, and you really do your thing.
Really down to earth.
I appreciate that. I appreciate that.
I know as one of your closest friends.
And
it's really good. And I'm
the
really
book is
blessed
excellent, though. I have the book, though.
Did you win the lottery recently?
Because that's because he brought
You're
that fruit.
doing a lot of ass kissing over here.
That's because he brought the fruit and the pizza in here today. So all you gotta do is feed them.
There's not people like this in the world who are, especially ministers. That you can really feel that have no judgment zone.
No judgment.
No judgment zone. People say that. People will say, "Hey, you can talk to me about anything," but then they still judging you.
No,
oh,
that
you
is
drank
true.
too much. You
right.
Like
absolutely.
Pastor would come to you like, let's say I drank a lot. I get drunk. He'll be like, "Bro,
for you, it'd be for you, right? It wouldn't be about me.
It wouldn't be an issue. It'd be like,
I would challenge you about anything that would make you better for you. It's not for me or for your family. Like I'm not worried about what other people are looking from the outside, in. But I put a post up on Facebook the other week. I don't know if y'all saw that. I said I can only show you something real. I can't make you appreciate it.
That's true.
That's true.
I can only show you something.
But talk
real.
about the book though, because the book is phenomenal, especially the part on masturbation.
Right, we got 2 minutes.
So
you keep tacking on to this issue now.
So the book is highly instructional. It really leads you down a path of you embracing new ideas, and that's what I feel like I'm a bridge for people to move from where they are and cross that bridge
sexually.
Right? Well, not just sexually, with love and relationships. Like I think that there's nothing wrong with certain people can be in a 3-way relationship and it works, right? But it's not for everybody.
But you know what I took from the book? And I'm just gonna say one statement: mind your business. What's for you might not. What might work for somebody else might not work for you. So mind your business.
That's what I took from the book. Aware of what works for you.
And you know what I got too?
Find out what works for you.
Lil Fizz and Omarion, y'all should have mind y'all business.
What I got from the book is allowing myself to be open. I feel like oftentimes I'm very reserved and very shut off and very, you're going to have to work 50 times harder to even get me in any intimate spaces. So I've tried to let my guard down just a little bit.
Now listen, I'm glad you said that because I wrote it because I wanted people to feel like safe to let their guard down,
just a little
but
bit.
Also believe that I can do this in a way I don't get destroyed if I do, right?
But I also feel like, abstaining, I'm leaning on in a space of abstaining. I feel like that's a direction that I'm...
You don't use, you lose.
It's that thing gonna close up, girl.
You don't lose your vagina,
don't
you
do
lose
that.
it.
It closes up. I know this old lady, her jank was closed
That's
up.
why you gotta masturbate.
Cobwebs.
You become a master.
I feel like sex is such a powerful
Y'all not gonna talk about that with
tool.
my little cousin.
intimacy and love is such a powerful tool that if we we abuse it and we
that's
don't
why we use
correctly,
masturbation as the key.
It causes more harm in some way. It causes harm.
To your point of abuse, I feel like I want to. When I talk about the sex in the Bible, one of the things I try to lay out for you is that the Bible was very specific about what it called abusive sexuality or sexual bad practices versus regular sex. It says nothing about normal, healthy, consensual sex, right? It's no prohibitions against that. We're talking about, if you're having sex with young people or with animals or you're raping and these things, taking another man's wife or another man's woman's husband, these are the things that were forbidden and looked at as fornication because it was a diminishing or adultery, a diminishing of the quality of one thing. So the idea is that I agree with you. Sex is very powerful, but this is the thing. It still needs to be kept in perspective because I told y'all the exchange for sex is sex.
I just like the fact that we can just always talk about it. I think that we have to have more conversations about intimacy and sex instead of just kind of acting in the moment.
We need an actual live show here next week. So anybody out there who want to come here and perform a nice live sexual show,
and we want you to be able to pause when we ask you to pause. Hold that position so we can talk about it.
And like, why did you do that? Why did you hold her nipple like that? Anyway, hold
on. I wanted to say
no.
I did want to say one thing that there's a conditioning, it's a conditioning when people tend to look at men and say men don't care about sex. It doesn't mean much to them, but to women it means so much. That's conditioning. I don't think that's natural for women. I think it's conditioning because
that goes back to my point about being conducive to your environment with the young lady because women do naturally, as much as and I consider myself to be a strong Black woman, right? But I also know that if you're in a space where there's a dominant male energy, you tend to, especially if you're putting yourself in that situation, you'll tend to more likely go with the male's flow, following his lead. And so as much as women are strong.
Okay, I'll do it.
But you guys, we like 3 minutes over time.
I would say so. Men also, if you're leading women, be careful about your dominant energy and direction you're taking women.
You guys, you can get that book where?
At IamDarrellOwens.com.
IamDarrellOwens.com. He's here every Tuesday night, people. The Love Guru. Sharice, it's always a pleasure to have you there. We love you. Looking royal in your purple. Red Bear, you did your thing. How are you, sir? You were a little happier. You were a little angry at first.
I know. Looking
right. Big Country is always glad you joined us finally. It's good to see you.
And shout out to y'all living right. Y'all look good, man.
Oh, thank you.
Okay,
Igor, you are the man. Thank you so much for your hard work. See you next week. Salud.
Salud.